Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's Rec Start, and we're joining the finals in progress here. The two undefeated players left in Legacy Tribal Wars Endangered event. Filebana is on Walls, romellos is on Monks. He's playing off-tribe Knight of the Reliquary. There was a ton of walls early. Tinderwall, Wall of Roots, Tinderwall all came out in the first two turns for Filebana. He followed up with a Wall of Blossoms, was unable to dig into anything particularly hefty to cast with all that mana, but he did have a Restoration Angel here to blink Wall of Blossoms. Keep trying to dig. I'm not sure yet what his top end is. Meanwhile, Romellos landed an Angelic Destiny on Scavenging News and went to town and has been beating Filebana back. And just this last turn, a Baneslayer joins the fray. And so Filebana is back definitely against the wall here. Barring some shenanigans, he's going to have to chomp with the Resto Angel and take 5 from the Baneslayer, which would leave him at 1. However, it might be reasonable to believe that he has a Swords to Plowshares, although he was holding up a Savannah when the Angelic Destiny was cast, I believe. So it's unlikely that he had that in his hand at the time, if he does. Yavimaya Hollow, very difficult land to deal with in heavy creature mirrors, as all these Legacy Tribal Wars games are. Alright, and Baneslayer Angel is going to become doubly angelic, and that's going to end the game. We'll just wait around here for the next match to begin. And there we are. So Romellos up a game. This monk deck, very good. It's done very well in the past and endangered events, and I've played against it with my Centaurs, a very similar sort of mid-range deck, but so Filebana on the play. He's going to have a Vine Trellis. I guess actually, I mean, he's playing plants, not walls, because walls aren't endangered, but basically that's the same deck here. A few years ago, the so-called plant Drazi deck was sort of the endangered port of the wall Drazi deck, which was, lay a bunch of mana-producing walls out here as blockers and finish with an Eldrazi. Again, I'm not sure what Filebana is finishing with. The Eldrazi finish has not been popular in a few years for some reason. And actually, the plant deck got a really big lift from Sylvan Caryatid, which is very popular in Standard right now. So, Scavenging News facing down a rather impressive line of guys there. Nothing for the Ooze to eat and grow, so he's not going to be able to beat through that Wall of Blossoms at the moment. We're almost going to tap out for a Rock's War Monk. Again, as aggro heavy as this field has been recently, the ability to start on a Noble Hierarch and turn to Rock's War Monk is quite a beating, certainly against the red decks. But Filebana is content to sit back here and dig for something bigger to play. He's also decided to use these Vinelasher Kudzus as a way to get some better, bigger bodies on the floor here early, rather than just hide behind his walls. So Romellos adding 3 white mana, 4 white mana, And he's going to slap an Angelic Destiny on Rock's Warmonk. That's a big game. This game could be over very quickly because filebana, clearly no answer there. He had an untapped white source, so no Swords to Plowshares. So I don't know what his answer is going to be to this. He's swinging in with his Vine Lasher Kudzus. He has a ton of mana here. He has 6 mana. You're not sure what his top end is because we haven't really gotten to see it. All we've really seen was Restoration Angel, which we're seeing again here. Again, a reasonable value play there. Blink the Wall of Blossoms, draw another card, but he is dead in 2 turns if he doesn't do anything impressive before then. His Vine Lasher Kudzus are getting big, but that's not enough to turn the tide here or race. So it may just be the case that filebana just did not draw into whatever his top end is, unless he's just playing some kind of mid-range value game here with the Resto Angels, but one has to figure that there's a finisher in there somewhere. I mean, if you just look at it from terms of, if that Resto Angel had instead been, some big game-turning 6-drop, probably be a different matter here entirely. So the Rock's Warmonk's going to crash in, takes filebana to 5, Romellos goes up to 25, and looks like he's completely in charge of this game. He'll have filebana dead on the next attack, which would force filebana to chump with the Resto Angel. Serra Ascendant comes down, joined by a Knight of the Reliquary. And land comes into play to pump the Vine Lasher Kudzus. They'll go to 4 and 5 power respectively. And he's going to hold his whole team back. Has up to 7 mana available here. But again, in 2 games, has not really done anything other than throw out a bunch of defenders and use Resto Angel to basically cantrip off a Wall of Blossoms. Meanwhile, Romellos has drawn multiple Angelic Destinies in both games, and it looks like, barring a miracle here, he is going to win this turn, unless filebana has an answer for one of these 2 flyers, because he can chump one, or we're going to have another Resto Angel flash in. So he'll be able to chump both of them, which, while not particularly good, isn't particularly horrible, since he did get value when both those Resto Angels came in by cantripping off the Wall of Blossoms. But still, he needs to have an actual answer to these giant flyers very quickly. Maybe he drew into one. Scavenging Ooze can now eat Resto Angels, but we're at the point where Romellos is at such a high life total that that's not really going to make a huge difference on the game. The Vine Lasher Kudzus are going to grow again. So filebana has drawn a lot of land this game, and he needs a way to deal with 2 lethal flyers. Let's see what he's got, because he has a lot of mana now. Not quite enough to like Sudden Demise or Starstorm away the 10/10, so I'm not sure. Okay, he's got a Kiki Jiki. He still has 1, 2, 3. If he had like Village Bellringer or something, no. Okay, I was trying to think, what could he have here that would actually win him the game. That's not going to do it. He'll copy the Vine Trellis with Kiki Jiki. That gives him 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Alright, Caracas is going to bounce Kiki Jiki. So that would have disrupted even an infinite combo anyway. So again, I don't know if he had such a thing or not, but At any rate, Romelos wins the game very decisively. These decks are both sort of geared towards the aggro decks, and they run into each other. The mid-range deck that's more aggressive is the one that's going to win here. Certainly when it draws these multiple angelic destinies, which is a card that Romelo's been using in this deck very effectively for the past few months. So anyways, congrats to Romelos. Looks like he's going to win Legacy Tribal Wars Endangered event here for June, and I'm glad I could bring you some coverage of the finals, and see you next time.